What's up everybody, it's Prince Simon, and welcome back to Focused Money Life Cheat Code. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that could change everything for you, how to completely transform your finances in just 6 months. Look, I get it. 6 months might sound crazy fast, almost too good to be true. But trust me, if you're ready to put in the work and follow these steps, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. So, are you ready to unlock the ultimate cheat code to mastering your money and taking control of your future? Let's do this. Alright, let's kick things off with step number 1, which is figuring out exactly where you stand financially. This is like setting the coordinates on your financial GPS. You gotta know where you're starting before you can map out the best route to your destination, right? So how do we do this? It's actually pretty straightforward. Grab a notebook, open up a spreadsheet, or use one of the many budgeting apps out there, whatever works best for you. Then it's time for a little financial inventory. Track every single dollar coming in and going out for at least a month. This means writing down your salary, any side hustle income, that birthday check from grandma, everything. On the flip side, track every expense, your rent or mortgage, groceries, those daily coffees, streaming subscriptions, literally everything. Once you've got at least a month's worth of data, it's time to analyze. Look for patterns in your spending. Are you surprised by how much you're spending on eating out? Are there any subscriptions you can cut back on? Don't forget to also take stock of your debts, like credit cards, student loans, or car payments. And on a positive note, see how much you've got stashed away in savings and investments. This step is all about getting real with your numbers and having a clear picture of your current financial situation. Remember, you can't fix what you don't acknowledge, right? So embrace this step, get organized, and let's get those financial ducks in a row. Alright, now that we've got a handle on where our money is going, it's time to talk about everyone's favorite topic, budgeting. This isn't about restricting yourself or feeling deprived. It's about taking control and making your money work harder for you. And guess what? I'm going to share the ultimate cheat code for budgeting like a boss. It's called the 50-30-20 rule, and it's incredibly simple yet effective. Here's how it works. You're going to divide your after-tax income into 3 main categories: 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Let's break it down. Needs. This category covers the essentials: housing, groceries, utilities, transportation, and any debt payments you might have. The goal is to keep this category at or below 50% of your take-home pay. Wants. Now this is where it gets fun. Wants are the things that bring you joy, but aren't strictly necessary for survival. Think dining out, entertainment, travel, that new gadget you've had your eye on. You get the picture. The key here is to be mindful and allocate no more than 30% of your income to this category. Savings and debt repayment. This is where the magic truly happens. This 20% is your financial powerhouse. You'll use it to build your emergency fund, crush any high-interest debt you have, and start investing for your future. The key is to find a balance that works for you and, most importantly, stick to it. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to budgeting. Track your progress regularly, make adjustments as needed, and celebrate those small victories along the way. This is about creating sustainable financial habits, not about perfection. So, embrace the power of budgeting, use the 50-30-20 rule as your cheat code, and watch your financial life transform right before your eyes. Now, let's talk about building your financial fortress, also known as your emergency fund. We're talking about creating a safety net that will catch you if life throws you a curveball. Imagine this. Your car decides to take an unplanned vacation to the mechanic, your refrigerator goes on strike, or maybe you face a sudden job loss. These situations are stressful enough without the added burden of worrying about how you're going to cover the costs. That's where your emergency fund swoops in like a superhero. It's that peace of mind money, the financial buffer that lets you handle life surprises without going into debt or derailing your financial goals. The general rule of thumb is to aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. I know that might sound like a lot, especially when you're just starting out, but trust me, it's worth it. Think of it this way. Your emergency fund is your financial freedom fund. It gives you the flexibility and security to make choices that align with your values and goals. Start small. Even if you can only spare $10 or $20 a week initially, that's perfectly fine. Consider setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to a dedicated savings account specifically for your emergency fund. Remember, building an emergency fund is a marathon, not a sprint. The peace of mind and financial security it provides are priceless. Okay, let's talk about debt. That unwelcome guest that just loves to overstay its welcome. Debt can feel like a huge weight on your shoulders, holding you back from achieving your financial dreams. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. Today I'm going to share a powerful strategy to help you slash that debt like a pro and reclaim your financial freedom. It's called the snowball method, and it's all about building momentum and motivation as you chip away at your debts. Here's how it works. First, list out all of your debts, including the outstanding balances and interest rates. Next, prioritize your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rates. Focus all of your extra debt repayment money towards the smallest debt on your list, while making minimum payments on all of your other debts. When you start with your smallest debt and pay it off completely, you get a quick win. You get to cross it off your list, and that feeling of accomplishment creates momentum and motivation to keep going. As you pay off each debt, you roll the amount you were paying on that debt into the next smallest debt on your list. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, gaining size and momentum as it goes. Make those payments on time, every time, and stay focused on your goal of becoming debt-free. Redirect any extra money towards your next debt on the list and watch your progress accelerate. Debt freedom is within your reach. Embrace the snowball method, stay consistent, and get ready to experience the incredible feeling of financial liberation. Alright, let's talk about investing, the key to building long-term wealth and securing your financial future. Now I know what you might be thinking. Investing is complicated, or I need a lot of money to start. But I'm here to tell you that those are just myths. Investing is easier than you think, and you don't need to be a Wall Street whiz or have a ton of cash to get started. In fact, the earlier you start, the better, thanks to the power of compound interest. Compound interest is like magic. It's the concept of earning interest on your interest, which means your money grows exponentially over time. The longer your money is invested, the more it compounds and the faster it grows. One of the simplest and most effective ways is to invest in index funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs. These are investment vehicles that track a specific market index, such as the S&P 500, which represents the 500 largest companies in the US stock market. When you invest in an index fund or ETF, you're essentially buying a small piece of all the companies in that index. This provides instant diversification, which means you're spreading your risk across multiple investments. The best part? Index funds and ETFs typically have very low fees, which means more of your money is working for you. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be ups and downs in the market, but over the long term, the stock market has historically trended upwards. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your investments grow over time. So there you have it, 5 actionable steps that will help you change your finances in 6 months. Start by assessing your situation, creating a budget, building an emergency fund, paying off debt, and investing for the future. Follow these steps, and you'll be well on your way to financial success. Let me know in the comments which step you'll start with, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial tips. We're just getting started.